Welcome to Aiken This Week. I'm Emery Langston. I'm so pleased to be joined today by Kim Coleman, who is our Recreation Superintendent for Parks and Recreation and Tourism for the City of Aiken, with Avery Spears-Mahoney, who is the Executive Director of Aiken Downtown Development Association, and with Jenny Burghart, who is our Tourism Supervisor for the City of Aiken. We've got lots of fun things to talk about today. I appreciate you all being here, and Jenny, thank you so much for hosting us on the deck at the Visitor Center and Train Depot.
Yeah, thanks for coming. We're so glad to be shooting here today.
It is such a beautiful spring day, a little on the chilly side, but we've got lots of fun things to talk about. It's spring in the City of Aiken, and we have countless events and venues to enjoy this time of year. And lots of folks, horse racing and golf tournaments are on their minds. And so the three of you are working together to bring that rich culture of our horse racing and history with golf together in a very special event with horses and courses. So we're so glad to be talking about that today. And we're going to jump right in, and Kim, start with you. And tell us a little bit about the background and history of horses and courses.
I'd be glad to. In 2011, the Aiken Arts Commission decided that they would like to do a signature event for Aiken, showcase downtown and show the arts, and horses and courses, of course, came up. Masters Week's a perfect fit. So in 2011, we talked about it. 2012 was the first year that we did horses and courses, and we partnered with some golf cart companies and decorated golf carts, and also partnered with Aiken Artists Guild, and they set up and displayed art, and that was the first year. Second year was very similar, and then after that we had some issues with the golf cart companies, of course, with it being Masters Week, and so we started reformatting and trying to change it up a little bit.
So in the early years, it was a parade of golf carts and interesting pieces like that, and it has since evolved.
It has evolved. It was fun. We had a parade for 2 years, and different downtown businesses would come in and decorate the golf carts. We had some very interesting and very creative golf cart decorating that went on, and then of course the arts piece. Also, the first year we had a logo that was kind of a cartoon, which kind of made folks believe that it was more of a kids event, and so after the first year, we partnered with USC Aiken and went to their art department, and they actually created our logo for us. So that's the same logo we've been using since 2013, actually.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the logo because I knew that there had been an evolution with that as well. So the core mission of the event is to just bring the two events, our horse culture and our golf culture, together.
Absolutely, and also our arts, a very important part in growing facet in Aiken, so that's a very important part as well.
Well, Aiken is so embraces our arts community, so it's a very unique situation. So what a neat thing. What are the dates for the program this year?
It's April 5th. It's Tuesday of Masters Week. So we hope to not only entertain locals, but also the Masters guests that'll be here then too.
Sure, and we'll have plenty of those.
Absolutely.
But it's such a good time for the locals to come out and enjoy all the wonderful things that we have going on during Masters Week as well. So Avery, ADDA and the city are partnering together for this event. Talk to us about the partnership.
Well, when, as Kim mentioned, there's lots of partnerships to make this event come together, but we basically came in when Kim mentioned some changes were coming to the program, and we talked about different things, and we landed on an art walk, which would benefit not only the artists but also the downtown businesses. So that has proven to be a successful recipe for a fun, fluid event. And as Kim mentioned, we not only get to enjoy our local folks that come and support the artists and support our downtown businesses, but also, give something for the guests to do in Aiken. Because after all, a lot of them are staying in Aiken, and they chose to be in Aiken on their master's vacation to experience all that Aiken has to offer in downtown.
What would you say the impact to the businesses? Obviously we have people, coming downtown, and that's what we want. We want that all the time. But for this specific event, what's going to be the impact for downtown and your business members?
They're obviously already very busy during this week, thankfully. A lot, like I mentioned, a lot of the guests that come in do come to experience downtown and shop and dine in our downtown district. However, this just creates another layer to make folks experience Aiken. And with the partnerships, some folks already have artists that they partner with throughout the year, and then they can just showcase them during this event. But we also do bring in artists that we pair with the businesses as well.
Yes, and you brought up such a great point. What an experience that we're able to offer folks when they come into our downtown and the businesses, and hopefully it'll be an event that they will remember and of course have to come back next year.
Absolutely.
And experience it, or other times during the year. We want these folks to keep coming back, and we want our local folks to come down and enjoy what we have going on as well.
We do, and there's a lot, a variety of artists on display. Some live art taking place, which is always intriguing if you go somewhere and you can see someone doing their work.
Sure.
So, and then things that people have already painted or made that they have on display.
Well, that's a perfect segue into my next question. And I'm going to ask this of all of you. When folks come on April 5th, what are they going to be walking into? What can they expect? What does this event look like? Can you give us a little peek into that?
I'll start.
Yes.
We will have visual artists downtown, all around the sidewalks in front of the businesses. And like Avery mentioned, you'll see paintings, you'll see sculptures, you'll see jewelry. There'll be a large variety of different things that are happening. We also have 9 performing artists from everything from bluegrass to dulcimer players, classic rock, jazz, you name it. They'll be on different parts downtown performing throughout the event as well.
And it's just a very cultural experience. As she mentioned, it's visual, musical, and then you just have the local businesses that are already a variety and unique experience. So I think it's just kind of all of that coming together that people enjoy, and like you say, it'll keep people coming back in the future.
And I think, just to add to that, any street festival, there's so much in the energy of the event. And that's how this is too, is downtown is just very busy. It's bustling. There's music, every 10 yards, and there's different artists, and there will be food vendors this year. And then of course the local restaurants where you can sit outside on the patio and eat and watch people, pass by and see the art that's being done at the time. So I think that energy is just a huge part of what makes it so unique.
And part of the wonderful experience.
Absolutely.
So you're the folks who are going to be participating, you'll be able to buy art pieces, have art pieces made at the same time, watch an art display. So it's very interdisciplinary. For the arts,
Right.
And what an exciting event! I know that you've had huge success, or very big success with this program when you started the art walk. So I'm sure that you're expecting that the program will grow again this year.
It just seems to be a better fit for Aiken.
Sure.
This particular, holding it this way rather than the parade. The parade was fun.
Yeah.
This just seems to be a better fit for Aiken.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Well, Jenny, in addition to horses and courses, let's talk a little bit about what you have going on here at the museum in Depot during Masters Week, because this is where we want folks to come in and begin their journey with experience in our beautiful city. So tell us a little bit about what you have going on.
Absolutely. Well, we'll be open extra hours the week of Masters, so we'll be open Monday through Saturday from 9 to 5. Every day, and so people can come in and talk with our volunteers, our docents, and really, like you said, start their journey here, as well as exploring the train museum and learning about that history. We're also offering additional trolley tours. So typically the trolley tour is every Saturday at 10. But during Masters Week, we're also offering it on the 2 Saturdays surrounding Masters at 2 p.m. And then on Wednesday, we're offering a tour at 10 a.m. and Friday the 8th at 2 p.m. So those tours are just something that we always get great feedback on. It's a 2-hour tour that takes you throughout Aiken. You stop at the Hopeland Gardens and the Aiken Thoroughbred Hall of Fame and get to walk around there. But by being able to offer those tours, people really get an experience of all that Aiken is and all of the history. And so we're really excited to be able to offer more tours this year.
Do folks need to call and register?
They do, yes. They can come here and register, or they can call the visitor center and register that way as well.
Is there a fee associated with that tour?
Yes, it's $15 per person. So that's one great thing we're doing. We also will be at the Aiken Airport welcoming guests that week. So it's always real fun to be at the airport. There's a great energy there as well, and we get to greet guests as soon as they get off and encourage them, while they are going to Augusta for part of the time, to come to Aiken for more of the time and to see all that we have. We certainly are encouraging horses and courses, but Aiken as a whole, most of the golf courses are open to the public that week as well, and there's just so many different things that visitors and guests can do while they are here for the Masters.
And I'm sure that when you're out at the airport or when folks are here, you have a wealth of information. We have a beautiful new visitor guide that we can put in their hands and share the information about where they can find additional information should they need it on golf courses and things of that nature.
Definitely. So we had a training just the other day with our docents at the Train Museum and some of our PRT staff, where we had people like Avery and people from the Center for the Arts and the Historical Museum, and so many of the different attractions that make Aiken so special came and really informed our docents of what they have to offer. And that was just so good because we really got to hear it from those who are the most passionate about it. And, those docents, they volunteer their time to do this. So they obviously love Aiken and care about it. And I think that comes off very strongly to the guests when they arrive.
Well, and volunteerism is so important to all of us. And to be able to give them the knowledge that they can pass on that is immeasurable.
Right.
So that's very exciting. So what are you doing to attract the Masters folks from across the river to come over and see us in Aiken during Masters Week?
Yeah, well, for Masters Week specifically, we are at the airport welcoming guests. We also sponsor the Shopping and Dining Guide, which goes out to all of the hotels in the area and the visitor centers in the area, as well as across the river and the hotels across the river into Augusta. And so they'll get to see what Aiken has to offer. We've done a lot of online advertising and work with the Master's Guide to have an ad about Aiken and about horses and courses in that. And then we've done a lot of digital advertising. And so we're able to focus specifically those with interest in golf and, show Aiken, and especially as a golf attraction, because we have such rich history and such incredible courses here. And so we're able to target those individuals through those online ads to convince them to check out Aiken while they're here. So those are a few of the ways that we're reaching those.
That is wonderful. Well, I know that all of you, with Kim, with what you do in programs, and Avery with the businesses downtown, and with the tourism, I'm sure that you see the impact.
Right.
But what sort of impact can you tell us about that Masters Week and tourism has on our city?
Yeah. Masters Week is certainly one of the busiest weeks in Aiken, probably the busiest week for tourism. Last year during Masters Week, we had over 550 guests at the Visitor Center and Train Museum, which for 1 week, that's a great number of people that we got to serve, and that's obviously not counting the people we got to serve at Horses and Courses, where we have a visitor's table set up, and at the airport where we have a visitor table set up. And then if you look at the numbers from the accommodations tax that's collected, for the month of April over the past 5 years, it's typically double any other month. And so that just shows you that not only are the hotels full, but they're at max capacity. And so we're really able to see the impact on our economy. I know, the restaurants are looking forward to Masters every week. We have a group, the tourism partners, and come January, everybody's just thinking about Masters Week and starting to plan their extended hours and their different menu and their added attractions for that week. So it certainly has a huge impact on Aiken.
And to see those measurables and to be able to see and look at that on paper, it's quite impressive.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure that with the visitor log, you see visitors from all over the place who come to our beautiful city to enjoy the golf tournament that's across the river and are able to enjoy our city.
Absolutely. I mean, we have guests from, not only within the United States, but we always have a group that comes from Australia that sign up for the trolley tour, and from all over Europe and Canada, and it's just so neat to see people, and they grow to love Aiken, and they come back. They may have not expected that Aiken would be what it is, and then they find out, and I've gotten so many great comments on our Facebook page or letters to our visitor center email address from different people who've said, how charming Aiken is, and that they were not expecting it to be as wonderful as it was. So those are always encouraging and exciting things to hear.
Sure. Well, we hope that they will continue to come back, tell their friends what a jewel and treasure Aiken is. We all know how special Aiken is. But it is so much fun to be able to share it with other people. So with horses and courses, I want to ask each of you this question. It's going to be a marvelous event. It's very special what the three of you have been able to plan and put together, and the partners that are associated with it. It's not an easy task to do these things that you do and you put forward. Why is this event important? And I just want your, kind of your personal view about why horses and courses is important.
I think it's a fun event. I love doing it. It's one of my favorite events that we do all year. Just bringing the people downtown, mixing the locals with the guests here at one time, and it's a cultural event. And like I said before, it's just a good fit. It's a good feel, a good vibe all night. So it's fun.
Absolutely, and it's, all, as Kim mentioned, it's all ages, both locals and guests to the area, and that is a nice mix because it gives people that are visiting a feel for what the locals, how much we appreciate our guests and how, much hospitality our town does have. So, and like Kim mentioned as well, it goes, our event is from 5 to 8, but that just kind of starts the afternoon off, and it flows into the evening, and people just stay and enjoy downtown.
Yeah. And I'll just add to that, as easy as it is to market Aiken, it's so easy. There's so many aspects, but to be able to market a singular event that is a great event, that is successful, that represents Aiken so well. It's just easier to get people to a certain event and to really rally around something. And I think Horses and Courses is that event that we can really rally around for Masters Week and get excited about and get people there. And then, like we've been saying, they'll come back and they'll see what else there is to see. But to come during that time when there's so much energy is really great.
It is. It's very special. So Horses and Courses, April 5th, 5 to 8. That's a Tuesday night. It's Tuesday of Masters Week. So what we hope is that folks will come down, experience that fun energy, have a great time, want to come back downtown on Wednesday night and visit the restaurant or the shop that they had not been able to see during that time, and then come back on Thursday and really enjoy our very, very special downtown and the other parts of Aiken that are so special as well, to see the gardens and Hitchcock Woods, and we could go on and on and on about the great things that we know we have here, and we're so excited to share it with our visitors and guests who are going to be coming for Masters Week. So ladies, I thank each and every one of you for being here today and for sharing the information about the event that's coming up quickly, very around the corner before we know it. And we hope that all of you will come down on April 5th for Horses and Courses from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Feel free to stop by the Visitor Center. Encourage your family and your friends and your guests who are coming in to take part of the tours and all the special things that we have going on in the city of Aiken. Thanks for being with us today, and we'll see you next time for Aiken This Week.